our last one for this 9 weeks. It says solve and graph the inequality on a number line. So here's our inequality. A negative 2 and 25 hundredths is greater than or equal to 13 and 5 tenths. Draw your line, box up the W. To get W by itself, you would divide by the negative 2.25 on both sides, so these cancel each other out. But you guys can use your calculator, put it in your calculator. Positive divided by a negative would be a negative 6. I believe though on like the NWEA and I Learn, a problem like this, dividing the decimals, you would not be able to use a calculator. So make sure when you are doing it, that when you set it up over here, you have to move your decimal point out here, and then you also have to move it out over here. Number 2, a business has a goal of selling 500 bags of chips. With 3 days left, they have 322 to go. At least, how many do they need to average per day to meet their goal? So if I have 322 to go, I take that and divide it by the 3 days. So I have 107 with the remainder of 1. So they need to sell at least 107, so X needs to be greater than 107 per day. Number 3, Burger King offers a deal of 10 chicken nuggets for $1.49. How much is this per nugget? So it's always cost per item. So then it's $1.49 divided by 10, and you get approximately 15 cents. Hello? She is not. I don't know where she went. I don't know where she's at. No, she had to come for me for just a second. I don't. Okay. Sorry for that minor interruption. So you have 15 cents. Number 4, Jen has read 4/5 of a book. The next day she read 2/3 of what she had left. What fraction of the book is left to read? When you see of with fractions, you're going to multiply. So I have 1/3 of 1/5. So that means I multiply. So she has 1/15 left. 5. Dana purchased a TV for $200. 8 months later, the same TV was selling for $160. What was the percent of decrease? This is something that we started the other day, and it's something that you're going to need to know because it will be in our next chapter. To find the percent of decrease, you first find the change, and you divide it by the total starting price. So if it was $200 and then it was $160, the change is 40, so that goes on top. The starting price was $200, so that goes on the bottom. So then I take 40 divided by 200, which is 2/10. Then I move the decimal place 2 places to the right, and the percent of change is 20%. 6, find the missing value so the 2 points have a slope of a negative 11/7. So we have 2, 6, and x, negative 5. I should, if I'm going to rewrite it on here, my 2 points are 2, 6, x, negative 5, and I should always write for right now, my formula for slope, so it's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So y2 is a negative 5, minus y1 is 6, x2 is x, minus x1 is 2. So it's keep, change, change, that's my negative 11. So keep, change, change. So what can I put in for my x to equal 7? Well, what minus 2 is 7? 9. Eric made a drawing of the scale 1 inch equals 3 feet. This is what we've been working on in this chapter. The drawing was 5 inches long by 4 inches wide. What was the actual area of Eric's room? So I first put in the scale. 1 inch is 3 feet. So the one side is 5 inches. So how did I get from 1 to 5? Times it by 5, so I had to take 3 times 5 to get 15. So one of the actual area is 14, or 15, excuse me. Then the other was 4 inches. So how did I get from 1 to 4? Times it by 4, and 3 times 4 is 12. So the dimensions of the room are 15 feet by 12 feet. So then to find the area, I take 15 times 12, and I get 180. The final answer is 180 feet squared. It says same question as above, except the scale is 3 inches equals 4.5 feet. So if I set this up, I can't get from 3 to 5 very easily, right? So I'm going to put an X on the bottom, and I'm going to solve this by doing cross multiplication. So 3x equals, and then I need to do 5 times 4.5, which is 22.5. Then I divide by 3 on both sides, and that would be 7.5. I do that again. 3 inches is 4.5 feet, and the other would be 4 inches. So x. Cross multiplication. 3x equals 4.5 times 4 is 18, so I divide by 3, x equals 6. So then those are my dimensions, but now I need to find the area, so I take 7.5 times 6, and I get 45 feet squared. As always, you take picture and submit it.